Hi, welcome to Gary's Hobby Studio. In this video, I'm going to be replacing this KVM. It's an IBM LCM. Uh, got it at my former workplace and hasn't worked since then. I never took it out of the rack, but today I'm going to be installing this 16 port. I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. Avocent 16 porter right here. Um, the noise and everything is because of the fact that this is not done on my computer. I'm going to try post editing with DaVinci Resolve, see if I can kind of remove this stuff in the background. But unfortunately, my computer that I edit with is tied up with trying to transfer data from an old memory card to a new memory card. And it's taken forever because the old one's pretty messed up. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So set this over here. Move this stuff. And I'm going to try to reuse these screws and cage nuts that are already installed with this old one. Um, like I said, I got it from my former workplace because they were throwing it away. It just doesn't work, and I don't know why. I mean, it'll come up with some message on the screen when I had this attached to it, and then it would just shut off. I couldn't hit the, because I think it was like the print screen, or it was a combination of keys because I found a manual and it just never worked. So, but I was hoping at some point I was going to get it to work, but unfortunately, yeah, that didn't happen. So hopefully this one will at least work. So, and I mean, this one wasn't bad. It had 4 ports, but the nice thing is you could daisy chain, like you could plug one in and then daisy chain um, off of those devices. And I think you could do 8 per port. And I'm thinking I probably didn't have a piece of software or a piece of hardware or something for this to work. But unfortunately, I'm not going to try to figure that out because trying to find information online has been a pain in the ass. And the reason why I wanted this is because if for some reason because some of these machines have remote management in them, some of the machines that I'm probably going to add to it don't. Like the 2 storage units don't. And I have had on a weird occasion, not too often though, but on every once in a while, um, TrueNAS would just not let me remote in through the management interface. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Yeah, this is why I want this. This is a backup of it, and I don't know how in the world businesses can trust online web hosting because of the fact that what if their stuff decides to go down, and how long will it take them to fix it? See, that's the $64 question. So to me, it's always good to have a backup, and I'm also too, and my new boss is the same way. He believes in self-hosting some stuff locally, and there are some things to host things online for. And you know, nice thing about all this, I control all this. I'm not at the mercy of I didn't pay a bill. or they're having connectivity issues of some type, or hey, they just introduced a bug that's causing me not to connect because they updated software on their stuff. I mean, that to me is just my way of looking at things. And it also gets expensive too, where, you could pick up cheap hardware depending upon what it is, couple $100. You got an old machine that's got a decent processor in it. Um, you can definitely host your own kind of stuff. I mean, I don't try to host anything externally because I'm not a security expert, and maybe in time, maybe, but it would only be for me and my wife. Um, and I wouldn't try to show anybody how to do it, because if something happens and they get hacked and stuff, then it's like, well, I saw his video, and yeah, I'm not doing it because I'm not that skilled at it, and I'm not. If you want to do it, go right ahead. I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials out there. So once I get these two screws back in, I think I still have a power cord over here. We'll at least turn it on and find out at least if it lights up. Okay. And this model is DSR 2020. I did manage to download the web hosting software for this, and I will probably. Yeah, that's getting a little tight there now. Yay. This one's a little longer than the other one. Um, I will probably show how to install the old stuff. If you get anything that's old, that's out of life, all you have to do is create an account. It'll tell you what models that you can't use the latest, but they will, because they did have the old software, and I downloaded it both for Windows and Linux, just because I don't know which OS I'm going to run it on. But the nice thing is, if I end up buying, more of these, I don't think I will, but you never know. Then I can control all of these KVMs from a central web hosted software. All right, there's that. And it figures where I put the monitor. The power cord is right there. You hear a loud bang, it's probably the monitor falling on the floor. Here for some reason. All right. Okay. Well, it blinked. This is flashing because I just replaced the RAID battery in this. I'm not using ZFS on it because I don't have a controller that allows the drives to be passed through. Maybe someday. And if I could find a way to disable that, would be it would be fantastic. But upgrades come in time. Well, power light's on solid, so that's a good sign. Anyway, so let's try something. Just curious if it actually shows anything on this monitor. Now, it says free on the screen, so that's not too bad. I'll have to read the manual to see what all I have to do. I did download that. Um, but I will admit, it's definitely better than the last one, because at least that stays on. On the other one, it would come on, say something goofy, and then shut off. All right. So this is part one of this. Probably when I'm ready to do the actual demo, I will connect it to the 410 and try it out there, because of the fact that I'm probably going to use them on this one and the 710, because they both are running iDRAC. I want to Enterprise 6, and Enterprise 6 requires Java 6. I think 7 is kind of iffy. I have a Windows XP VM that does work with them. The only thing is that it's going to get harder and harder for that to run, and I'm just tired of dealing with it. Um, so probably anything that's running on Java 6, just for security wise, on my network, I will be more than likely um, using this KVM for this and anything else like that, or anything that doesn't have a remote management card. The 710 or the 420 down here, it actually, I think I can use Java 8 with it, because I think it's um iDRAC 7, and iDRAC 7 and higher, I think, can use the newer versions of Java and stuff like that. But it's the 710 and the 410 that you need 6. Like I said, I think I tried with 7, and there's a trick, and I did the trick, and the sucker decided, because it decided to stop working. So I'm just tired of that. So these two are definitely going to be on that. The 2 storage units are going to be on it, just because like I said, I've had problems with trying to remote into stuff. Like, um, I had problems with this, um, because I needed to do something on it, and I could get to the interface, but I couldn't remember the password, and I'll probably have to figure out how to reset that. So this will be on it. This will be on it. These two will be on it. Still need to get drives for those. My download machine will probably maybe be on it, because I've had problems with No Machine, which is kind of like Team Viewer, but I use it to control it. And the weird thing is, the motherboard, the VGA port doesn't work at all, because I plugged a monitor directly into it. Nothing. Checked settings, checked everything. Nothing works. I mean, I've even updated the BIOS on this stupid thing and it fixed some other problems. It's still got some goofiness. So I'm thinking of one of two things. Either this board was defective, they sent it out to somebody, they sent it when it was new, sent it back, and then I got it, because Newegg's done that. If you check Gamers Nexus, he's got a story about Newegg and shit. So it's definitely a possibility on that. I've had it too long to fight with them or anything of the kind, and I'm not planning on it anytime soon. Uh, may in time may buy a different board for it, because it's actually that over there. The HDMI works. I'm thinking about getting a HDMI to VGA converter to convert it back to that, because I don't care about any audio from that, because it's just, I remote into it, I download what I want to it, and then pull it off of there, stuff like that. Um, so that's that. Um, Before I go, the last thing I want to say is I'm this close to the info box person template usage. I have to see because I think there's some things that need to be enabled to use it. So I'm kind of playing around with that, checking out a few things. So that video is going to be coming soon. I don't know if it'll be between the second part of this or it'll come after that, but I am very close, very close. So, other than that, as I always like to say, have a good day, guys. Take care and catch you next time.